Mediaite reports that actor Ashton Kutcher inspired conservatives across the country when he took the opportunity at an awards ceremony acceptance speech to extol the value of hard work and perseverance. Conservatives praised Kutcher for articulating conservative principles for young people who may not otherwise encounter them. On Thursday, CNN anchor Don Lemon appeared confused by the love Republicans have shown for Kutcher, who is an activist for the Democrats. Lemon wondered when hard work became solely a conservative value. Kutcher said, "I've never had a job in my life that I was better than. Opportunities look a lot like work."
Yeah, did they ever watch that 70s show? I mean, I didn't. So, but the people tell me he was a pothead in that.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would have liked that either. No, but I think that's how conservatives think. I think they really believe that only conservatives work hard and liberals just want to mooch off the government. They're all on welfare.
Well, 47%. I mean, that's exactly what they think.
Yeah, like to them, the idea of like a liberal would be work really hard, get a PhD in science, but then how did the professors become the liberals? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
It's like it takes a lot of work to get your PhD, but they didn't work. Somehow they just gave it to them. But it's just like when Newt Gingrich would run around calling the president the food stamp president, and then Juan Williams asked him politely to stop doing that because that's horribly offensive.
Well, it's race baiting is what it is.
And then a room full of white people who watched the network he's on booed him for saying that.
Wow. Right.
And then later at a press conference, Newt Gingrich then said the idea of work is a foreign idea to Juan Williams. So this is, I mean, Juan Williams, who at the time I think had 3 jobs.
Right.
So this is, that's their, it doesn't matter, facts-free, facts don't get in the way, and Barack Obama's taking all your white money, giving it to black people. That's what this is, Obama phones, that's what this is. So it's just this, no matter what the facts are, the IRS is targeting conservatives, even though they're not. They're targeting liberals. That story's not getting told anybody. So it's just in their head, this story, this alternative universe. So we keep talking about this on the show. It's this alternative fact-free zone, and that's what we're supposed to debate again. You're supposed to respect that somehow. You're supposed to now engage that as like a reasonable person, which I don't. I have a hard time doing that.
Yeah, this is just this traditional, right, conservative mythical narrative where they get to decide that we not only own hard work as a value, we own love of the Constitution, we own personal accountability, you know, all of these things which are just American values, for God's sakes, right? Last I checked, we own democracy, we own equal participation. Get out of here with that. It's false narrative, it's BS, and it's crap. And I think it's time that liberals actually start being more vocal and owning some of this stuff ourselves. You know, I tweet all the time. My favorite, I'm freaking dork. My favorite class in law school was con law. You know, and I love it, and I believe it, and I breathe it. And I don't want to be attacked for taunting that as if it's somehow, you know, perpendicular to my more liberal beliefs. I think,
What's,
you know.
con law?
Yeah,
constitutional
law.
Oh.
So all the kids, I went to law school in New York, they're all taking like finance law and stuff. I went in for 45 minutes of the first finance law because everybody in the school was taking it.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, this is the dullest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I can't stand this. I'm going to drop this class immediately, right?
Good for you.
Whereas I took like 78 constitutional law class. So I literally took a First Amendment class, a Fourth Amendment class, and then a Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment class. So it's just, I mean, I'm all over those amendments, right?
God, that's so hot. Sorry.
No, keep it coming. Okay.
Which amendment?
So my point is, when you know, that's a great point you're making, Eboni, that when they say, oh, we're the party of the Constitution, well, really, where were you when Bush was ripping up the Fourth Amendment and throwing in the garbage?
Right now with
Fifth
the Voting
Amendment,
Rights Act.
Eighth Amendment,
I mean, come on. Yeah.
Right? I mean, when he shredded the Bill of Rights, where the hell were you?
Yeah.
I mean, to them, it's a prop. The Constitution's a prop.
Exactly.
They don't actually believe in it. I don't think they've even read it, right?
I agree.
I don't think they read the Bible. They didn't know what's in the Bible. I don't think they read the Constitution. They only read the Second Amendment, and that they only read a half of. They didn't get to the part about the militia.
Very often, the people who claim to love the Tea Partiers and people like John Boehner and Michelle Bachmann, they'll constantly quote the Constitution, but what they're actually quoting is the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah. That happens all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, and back on this issue, I think there's one other thing that they're like, Ashton Kutcher, he's Hollywood, but yet he believes in working.
Right.
What do you think they do? I mean, do you think that they, by the way, one of the largest industries in America, right? Do you think that the movies make themselves?
Right.
Like there's no lighting guy that actually comes and lights the set. It just magically like, boom, it all appears, right? Yeah, there's no audio guy. There's no director who, by the way, busts his ass putting that movie together, night in, night out, etc. Like, I mean, But I think they earnestly do believe it, except for Newt Gingrich. I think he's just a race baiting guy. He's smart. He does it on purpose. But the rest of them, they've internalized it. They're like, liberal Hollywood scum, like actors like Ronald Reagan. Oops, I meant everyone but Ronald Reagan.
Exactly.
And they're convinced that California is a horrible place to do business and nobody works here and we're going bankrupt. Even though we have the most profitable companies in the world, you have Silicon Valley and Apple, and remember Rick Perry put out that commercial inviting people to come do business from California, come to Texas where we don't have any laws. And
by the way, there are two heroes, in the last 40 years. Was originally a California governor named Richard Nixon, and then that didn't turn out well.
Yes.
And then a California governor named Ronald Reagan.
Very nice.
Yep.